Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the best damn professional wrestling podcast on the planet. I am, of course, one of your three co-hosts himself, Odin's greatest creation, the gift of this generation, Mr. Perfection himself, Lakota Carter, and I am joined here once again by he made it, guys. He's not on the card for tonight's Wrestle Dream as we're recording this, but he made it here. Mr. Eddie Kingston is back in the building with us once again. And of course, we have the guy in the chair, my main man, the Ned to my Spider Man, the Peacemaker to my Vigilante, Mr. Magic Fingers, Andrew himself. How are you guys doing this week, man?
Doing. Yeah.
It has been a wild ass week. Let me tell you all that. It has been crazy. Um,
Yes.
Holy crap. Two big monumental moments happened this week. Now, normally that doesn't happen. Normally, something happens on Raw. SmackDown's kind of mild from my
Dude,
experience. Um, but we had
both
two.
shows were
Yeah,
not just both shows. When you think about it, every show
yeah,
this week was absolutely amazing.
yeah.
No matter what program it was
No,
absolutely amazing.
yeah. It was insane. Uh, really crazy. I do want to start this show off by talking about Bound for Glory because that was last weekend. And I feel like it needs its own limelight in itself for a minute. Wow, what a pay-per-view that was. Um, I didn't experience any buffering issues, maybe once or twice in my experience watching the show. I know Andrew, he had to turn it off because it was buffering like crazy and he was going to throw something through the TV.
Well,
Um,
I mean, I was also had the game on too, so it's kind of
yeah,
a which one do I want to really pay attention to at the time? So
yeah. And so I will say this about the show. It was wonderful. I thought Leon Slater and Javon Evans, regardless after the Dark State interference, I think that's a match of the year contender. I
yeah,
think when you have those two who are that young going for a championship and defending a championship with so much history and prestige behind it, especially in TNA. I mean, when you think of TNA, that's the first title you think of, regardless of who you are. That's the X Division Championship is exactly what I think about whenever I think about TNA.
yeah,
So when you have two of those guys who I am a year older than go out there and tear the house down like they did. I cannot wait for that rematch, and it is going to be one hell of a fight. My biggest down point and of this show, and it's sad to say, the Dudley Boys and the Hardys had one of the worst matches of the year, in my opinion. Uh, it was just nostalgia filled, yes, and it was wonderful, yes, to see them out there. But in terms of the match, you could tell that Devon really didn't belong in the ring. They kind of danced around him a little bit and kind of protected him a little bit. And I understand that with his health issues in the past, but to me, if you're not healthy enough, sorry, I got shit in my eye. I hate when that happens. When you're not healthy enough to compete, then you shouldn't be out there. Did any
yeah.
of
You
you
need to make
guys,
things so much worse.
yeah, did any of you guys catch that match by chance?
I didn't get to watch it live, but I watched it afterwards, and like you said, it was great to see initially. The intros were awesome. They
Yeah.
really made you feel like the old days.
Yep.
But the overall performance was just disappointing, and
It was
especially for
awful.
that to be the way their careers end. With
Yeah.
them taking the boots off afterwards, it was emotional, but at the same time, it was just very disappointing.
Yeah. It felt like you know, I was watching the Hardy Boys weren't bad in this match. I thought they
No,
were great. But it felt like I was watching two still in their prime wrestlers taking the old veterans who don't belong in the ring and taking them out behind the woodshed like
yeah,
Old Yeller and finishing them off. Um, and it was very sad to watch, in my opinion, because the match was all over the fucking place.
yeah.
It was just
It was what made us drawn to the pay per view in the first place because
yes,
we didn't want to miss that match. And
no,
then to see how lackluster it was
Yeah,
defeating.
I'm glad that I didn't pay a single dime for that show. Not saying that the other card, like the other people in the match and the card wasn't worth paying for, but if I'm going to pay for a pay-per-view, guys, I'm going to pay for that match
Yeah,
regardless of who, I'm not a big
yeah,
Dudley Boys fan or that big of a Hardys fan, but that's still historic, you know. So to watch it, it felt like watching Undertaker and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 33 all over again. Um,
yeah. That's a good
that's
comparison.
what it felt like to me. But yeah, overall, Mike Santana, of course, is your new TNA World Heavyweight Champion after so many years. Uh, got a little emotional on that. So proud of him. Can't wait to see what he does with the brand. But moving forward to Raw, and John, I'm gonna let you start because you called this months ago, but I think we can all agree. It is being reported that Seth Rollins has suffered a left shoulder injury,
Hmm.
and they don't know how serious it is. That hasn't been reported. I've asked my guys that are kind of close to the situation. Again, I'm not going to give those names out because that doesn't matter. They have no idea when it happened. They can't go back and point when it happened in the match. Seth doesn't know when it happened. He said, from what I understand, it kind of just, adrenaline carried him through it and he didn't feel it until afterwards. And then he was like, oh shit, something's wrong. Um, that's from my understanding. Um, but from my understanding too, this was not supposed to happen when it happened. The vision is no more. At least Seth Rollins' vision is no more. They turned on Seth Rollins, and it was one of the shocking moments, one of the most shocking moments of the year, I believe.
Yeah.
Um, so John, I'm going to start with you. How do you feel about this, man? How do you feel about the direction they're going? And do you think Seth's injury has a play in it, or do you think this was the plan all along?
No, so going back to what you said a minute ago, how you said Seth said he doesn't know when he hurt that shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Um, from everything I've seen through numerous videos and numerous, reels and things. So when he did coast to coast headbutt is
Yeah,
when the injury actually happened.
that's what I
Um,
was thinking too.
now go back to that Sunday night main event where he faked the knee injury. Okay,
Yep.
that was well played. I mean, yeah, it looked like he shanked that knee. Um, this time it's kind of like when Liv. It to me in a sense, if you watch the move again, it reminded me so much of when Liv dislocated her shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
The way he landed looked exactly like the way Liv did. Um, so I honestly, at first, I was kind of like, after watching the turn a few times, like, okay, could this, since Punk got that won the number one contenders match, could that be a setup to screw him again? But then on the other hand, after reading a few other articles, them saying that the breakup of the Vision wasn't supposed to happen until well into 2026.
Yeah, that's what I've been
That
hearing from
Yeah,
insiders.
that right there explained to me that the injury is real.
Yep.
Um, there's no feeling on really how I feel about going in this direction because it was just the injury happened, so they had no way. They had no other alternative to go to than to go ahead and kill character off in that group. Will replace him? Yeah, absolutely. I who with? I don't know. Um, what happened now? I think I told you this, but they can go two ways. If Seth can do it, and I hate to say it this way, Cody wrestled with that torn ass pec, and that was nasty.
Oh, that won't be recreated. I guarantee it.
Is
They won't
my
recreate that.
question? It's Seth. Is Seth strong enough to where he can come out there Monday night and defend that title in a squash match against Punk real quick? or do they go a route where he comes out relinquishes the title because we already know Punk is number one contender regardless.
Yeah.
So between this coming Monday and 2 weeks from this Monday, which will be the Monday before Saturday Night Main Event, can they hold a quote unquote tournament for an opponent for Punk? Or they just go with the two main guys that are fighting in the title picture right now, which is Nick and Jey Uso. Which at this point now, we all know. I mean, I'm pretty certain the way that they built this whole storyline with Seth starting this Vision thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then him faking the knee injury and cashing in on Punk. We already knew, or we already think that was the kickoff to Punk, his title at WrestleMania. I still think that's gonna happen. But now, do you do something that should have happened 2 years ago? Do you pull the trigger on LA Knight? I would pull trigger with Knight. Go and make Knight the contender Punk and have Knight with title at Saturday Main Event.
I just feel like it's too late for him, man. I don't know. Drew, where do you think they're going with this, and how do you feel about the split? And does it puzzle you? Because it puzzled me there for a minute, and then I thought about it, and I'm like, if you pay attention to subtle details, who grabbed that belt and raised it in the air?
Yeah, injuries can always get in the way of the story you're trying to tell.
Yeah,
Whether it speeds the timeline up, slows it down, postpones it, whatever, however you want to say it. And when it's things that you can't control it, and it just makes things a little more on the challenging side to complete the overall story that you wanted to give, with still meeting all requirements of how you wanted to tell it. But you made a great point just now of who picked up the belt. So is it the idea to continue having the faction, or are they just going to be a tag team that's just feared on Monday Night Raw?
Yeah.
That is eventually going to be one going after WWE World Title, the other going after WWE Men's Championship, something along those lines, where they're both holding the top two titles of the brand or of the company. The only monkey wrench in it, in my opinion, Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Because everything he did after that reaction was all out of fear. So we've only ever seen this one other time from him, and that was when Solo was beating the shit out of him. So do they continue with the fear side storyline to where eventually he has enough and he breaks away from them to find the group that's going to put a stop to their reign? Or is he the one that now becomes the brains of rebuilding the Vision to what it should have been pre-injury, causing everything else to get out of whack?
Yeah.
But we should be finding things out on Monday to see how it's at least going to the next part of the story. So after we get that information, we'll see what happens from there.
Yeah, it's all uphill from here, I think.
Well,
I didn't
here's another. Sorry, go ahead, bud.
No, go ahead. No, you're fine.
No, for a minute there, it kind of gave me that's withstanding the injury segment, the injury situation. But it's like when they attacked Seth, it gave me the whole Judgment Day vibes again. How Seth created the Vision, you had Edge created the Judgment Day, and then as soon as Edge had some recruits in Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest, what happened after those three joined? They turned on Edge. It kind of gave me that feeling again. But like I said, I'm 150% that only happened the way it is because of the injury.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the injury had a big part to play in that. Anything else you guys want to cover from Raw? I don't think.
I am looking forward to seeing how they continue this tag team of Bailey and
Lyra.
Valkyra. Yeah, Lyra Valkyra.
Yeah.
I mean, the costume she had on was outstanding, but I'm just curious to see how, because they are slowly building, and it's something we've talked about for weeks now. They are slowly building the women's division, the tag team division, on both nights, and it's slowly getting stronger to where it's a more competitive than what it has been. So I'm just interested to see the teams they are generating to continue building up this division.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you with women's, but I mean, if you guys go, I'm sure you guys watched the tag match from last night, right?
Yeah.
Did you notice how many times moves botched between the both teams? I'm not saying that that's that I, I'm almost certain it's only because you have Charlotte and Alexa who are the veterans, and then you got the rookies and Soul and Zarya. So I guess you can kind of use that as the reason why that
Already
happened.
had a lot of missteps or whatever that was throwing her off big time.
Well, yeah, you had that, and then you had a spot where I think it was Charlotte that jumped out of the ring, and Zarya was supposed to catch her,
Mhm.
and she caught her, but she also about dropped her as well.
Yeah, there was a lot of nerves. It felt like that was getting in the way of the match being the high quality it could have been.
Right. But like I said, I think a lot of that missed spots and all, I think has a lot to do with rookies being in the ring with the veterans, where it should be, you should get the best stuff where the rookies are with the veterans because you got the veterans there to carry the rookies a little better.
Right.
But shit happens.
But it was still overall a good match.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I'm curious to how the Blake Monroe sighting and involvement is going to carry on with NXT,
Yeah. For real. I think
which
that's going
that's
to be
going to be
very, very, very
entertaining as well.
interesting.
Now, real quick, which one of you was just talking about about Heyman a minute ago? Was that you, Code, or was that you,
It
Andrew?
was me.
That was Andrew.
So, at first, I kind of felt like Heyman's reactions out of fear, but one raised the Bronson's hands and the look he gave to Seth, I kind of felt like that part was planned. I don't think it was a thing of fear because he looked down at Seth like, yeah, this was a whole plan. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. I have to go back and look at that. I didn't notice that.
It
Maybe.
looked initially like that, but I think he had to throw in a few facial expressions to make it not be so obvious. But like
Probably.
he's flirting with the idea of, okay, this is good. Let's test this. But I still feel like it is a difference of we're seeing a side towards the end of Heyman's career that he's showing he's now afraid of the new talent instead of being just the master manipulator, the controller of any and everyone, no matter
Yeah.
who it is.
Yeah.
No,
Adding.
again, like I said, it could be. Yeah, I'm not. They pulled the same shit with the fake knee injury. How they were reporting,
Yeah.
no, they think he tore his ACL again. What if the little part could be a whole setup?
I don't see him doing it 2 times in a row.
I don't either. It'd be too predictable, but I mean, there's
Yeah.
always that factor.
And with them
Yeah.
saying that this injury for Seth could have him out for a year,
Yeah, there
I,
is.
I, the last time they said it could just be a few months.
Yep.
This one they're already saying a year at least. Like, okay, that's different.
That guy just can't catch a break. I
He can't.
mean, like, I don't want to call him injury prone because he's safe, but it seems like every time this guy gets momentum and he's doing great things, something fucking goes wrong.
Well,
Like
he's
And what's
already
going to
had.
do with Becky?
you have to, backtrack it in his career. 2015, when
Yeah.
he, tore his knee for the first time. He was the WWE World Heavyweight Champion and
Watching
was
him flip over Kane and then the way he landed and his knee just,
oof.
oh, I'm just
And
glad I'm
then
sitting down even thinking about that.
he has this great, incredible feud with Triple H going into WrestleMania 33. And
Yep.
then Samoa Joe shows up in one of the best debuts, in my opinion. They made that dude look
Yeah,
like a
one of them. Yeah.
fucking killer. But he tore his knee again, getting the shit beat out of him by Samoa Joe. So
Yep.
then he had to go back and rehab the knee like crazy. He was back in time for Mania. He was still hurt at that Mania. And then you go back and you look at WrestleMania 41. The dude, or not 41, but 40, the dude was hobbling, crawling to get to the spot with the chair with Roman Reigns and Cody.
Yeah.
His knee looked like jello. So every time this dude has something good going, the Vision has been my favorite thing on Monday Night Raw since for this year. I think it's been my favorite thing they've done. And every time something goes right, something goes wrong for poor Seth Rollins. So,
Yeah.
I don't know when does he, and I know he's still kind of young, guys, but when does he say, maybe it's time to, call it a day? I've had a great career. Because how many more injuries can this guy take? You know,
How many more before it's a permanent thing that causes lifelong issues?
yeah. And, he's already going to have lifelong issues with that knee.
Yeah.
I can speak from experience with
But yeah,
knee
look at how
issues.
Stone Cold walks around now. He's basically got to always have those braces on just to walk around.
Yeah. So at what point does he say enough is enough? And I wish him the speediest recovery in the world because he's one of my favorite people on the planet right now. Um, I know that my wife is absolutely devastated. Um, she was really getting behind Rollins and getting really behind this idea. And then when I told her, hey, the reason that they turned is because Seth might be out for a year, she almost cried. She was like, no, no, they can't do that. And I'm like, well, they kind of have to. But anything else you guys want to cover from Raw that sticks out to you or anything?
Nothing
Not
wrong.
necessarily cover, but something you just said about Beck. So it, it kind of makes sense in a sense, but she's put that belt on the line against Maxine this coming Monday, which Maxine has been getting better in the ring.
Yeah, she's actually improving really well. I'm really impressed
Um,
with her.
so I'm assuming if Seth comes out there Monday and hands in the belt, assuming that being Seth's wife, I would assume that she either loses that belt to Maxine on day, so that way she can go, take care of him, or as this video I seen earlier showed, she's beating the shit out of Maxine on Raw, and AJ Lee comes out for the save, and AJ Lee takes the title from her at Saturday Night Main Event to kind of write her off to go take care of Seth.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Nah.
No. But after seeing Friday Night last night, I wouldn't be mad if Maxine got the title.
Yeah, like I said, she's improved a lot.
Even if it was just like a 2-3 week reign, I still wouldn't be upset if she had it.
Hey, that's a foot in the door, though.
Yeah.
Maybe a future championship, but it's a foot.
We
It's a
saw Matt
start.
Cardona have the title for what, 12 hours?
Yeah, for real.
Winning at Mania and then lose it the night after. So
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So anything's possible, guys. Anything is possible, which she's improving so much. I'm really impressed with her. So I wouldn't be mad at it, but it kind of be coming out of left field. All right. So the big talking point from SmackDown.
before we get to that,
Oh, okay.
welcome back, Corey Graves. I have to say, it's nice to see him back on the commentary, to know that the man is healthy, he's good, whatever kept him away from the longest time that he was. Whether it was part of the story or he just need to take some personal time, welcome back, man, because it was nice to hear his reactions and things to the matches because he helped sell that match between Sami Zayn and Dragunov.
Yeah. Yeah. And so for those of you who don't know about the Corey Graves situation,
Carmella had her baby.
well,
That's
that
why he.
too, but that's not why he
Well,
left work. They told him that because it was originally supposed to be for the longest time, of course, you know that the Raw Netflix commentary team was Pat McAfee and Michael Cole. So the original plan was to have Corey and Cole, but then they told Corey, "Hey, you're not famous enough. We're gonna move you down to NXT and give your job to Pat." That pissed me off. As much as I love Pat McAfee, here's this guy in Corey Graves who was fantastic in the ring. If you guys have not seen his NXT
oh
stuff
yeah,
or indie stuff, who was fantastic in the ring, who had to retire due to concussions, who has since been medically cleared. So hopefully we get to see him back in the ring soon.
in some sort of fashion, yeah.
Yeah, because that theme song, if that theme song hits, that's a banger. And then he transitions into this broadcasting role, and some wrestlers can't do that. So some wrestlers can be like, "Oh, my career's over in the ring, but let me try commentary." There's very seldom that actually like do a good job at
It
that.
succeeded, yeah.
Yeah, Corey Graves has transitioned into commentary and became one of the greatest commentators, in my opinion, of all time. I
Yep.
think his emotion, his excitement, like when Dragunov came out on Friday, he was like a fan. He was like,
Yeah.
"Yes."
Yeah, and that's exactly what made Pat McAfee so famous as a commentator because yes, he was commentary, but he was a fan first,
Yep.
commentary second, and the emotion and everything behind it proved that. Corey's the exact same way. He's just not the famous name like McAfee is,
Yeah.
but he's working his way up there because honestly, if that match between Sammy and Drogonoff last night, if Corey Graves was not the commentator for that, I probably wouldn't have been as sucked in as I was.
Yeah. Yeah. You're probably correct about that. But John, I'll start with you like I always do, man. How you feel about the Russian Dragon himself coming back and being healthy and looking like a stout
Dude,
Russian that's ready to beat some ass?
that tattoo, dude, that was sick.
I know it looks freaking awesome. How you feel about it, John?
Yeah, he was clear to come back on SummerSlam, if I'm not mistaken. Which when I'm out, I was damn. They did 2 months, yeah, two and a half months to bring him back after he was clear. I kind of you can never be 100% sure about almost anything, but I think I messaged you and
Yep.
I said, watch. They're not going to have him lose his first match back. There's no way. And you said, oh, there's no way to put the belt on him. I all that credit to Sammy because apparently it was Sammy's idea to put him over. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Besides that thing is start to Sammy's Rumble win, I believe, is what I've been reading.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it'll give a nice time for a good
I'm
little feud between him and Solo one more time before Rumble.
yeah, so I'm absolutely fine with Ilya Dragon. I don't, I know it's U.S. Championship, which is, back in our day, the Intercontinental / U.S. was more prestigious than your top title. So for Sammy to put in his 2 cents and say, hey, I want to put him over. Hey, dude, you got my respect.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Could not agree more.
No. And I thought it was a brilliant match. I thought Dragunov looked like a star. I was so happy to see him back because he's one of my favorites. And man, just the potential now that we have him and Gunther, get Gunther back healthy, and we'll have him and Gunther on the same active roster at some point. Give me that
Ooh,
at a
now that he
WrestleMania.
is back, that makes me wonder, will Gunther actually be Cena's final opponent now?
God, please don't.
Man, I've sat on it for months, and I feel like
I
that'll be
can
the
see that
safe.
feud not happening now because Dragunov's back. And now that Dragunov has the belt, that's a belt that Gunther hasn't held.
Yeah, it's the only
I could
one
see him
in
wanting to
terms
go
of
for that instead.
yeah, it's the only one in terms of singles championships in WWE that Gunther hasn't held.
He's had a short
Well, see,
career. Jeez.
well, see. So everything that I've seen shows that Cena's next opponent is going to be Dom at War
Well,
Games for
yeah.
that asset. So
Yep.
I think that would probably be the best move. Yes, Dom is super young and Cena should be putting him over, but the main focus is for Cena to win that last title he's never won. I think the best route to do Cena is to have him. I wanted to see Edge do it. I don't think we're going to see that. But what would be cool
I'd
is
like
to
to see
have him.
Cena with Sheamus.
Yeah, any of his past rivals, I'm fine with. But I think the best way to do it is to have somebody like, because Javon Evans. I'm not going to say Javon Evans is going to be the one, but they've already asked him if he wants to come to the roster. He's already said, I feel good in the ring to go to the main roster. He wants to get on. He wants to get better on the mic.
Right.
But I think the best route to go to push this one guy's career is to have Cena come out on that last Saturday night main event, do an open challenge for that IC title, and have Melo challenge him and take it from him.
Wow.
Yeah, but you think IC title is the only one that Sheamus hasn't had either.
Yeah.
I've said on it for months, and I feel like the two names that I keep bringing up. I know a lot of you don't want to see Gunther, and I know I'm the biggest Gunther dick rider on this podcast. But to me, it would kind of make sense in a way as a passing of the torch moment, for Gunther in a way, because Cena came in and Kurt Angle kind of passed the torch to him in a way. And Gunther doesn't need it. He doesn't need it, but it would add credibility to him. That would add a new layer to that heel that we already know. He could say, everybody could come out and he's like, well, you might be able to talk shit now, but I'm the one that sent John Cena out of here and I'm the top guy now. So the two names that I keep floating around in my head are, if it's Gunther, I'm okay. I'm a little disappointed, but I'm okay with it. But man, if it's Sheamus, like I'm all here for
That
that.
could almost be just as good of a match as him and AJ.
Dude, yeah. And
that would be a great final match to have.
yeah. I have went back and watched that match with AJ at the last pay-per-view.
Yeah, I've watched it 3 times already.
I've watched it 5 times.
Jesus.
And every time I just can't help but smile.
It was Tribute City. It was beautiful.
I think that's the best match John Cena is going to have on this retirement tour. I think,
Probably.
I think when we look back at this retirement tour, has it been the best? No, we had that funky little hill run that I adored, but not everybody else adored. But I think this will be that one thing that people go back and look at and go, yeah, it kind of sucked, but we got that match between Cena and Styles at Crown Jewel, and it was incredible. And the rumors are that we're getting an AJ Styles retirement tour next year as well.
Well, he won't be the only retirement we're getting next year.
Yeah, for real.
Well,
Samoa Joe's throwing his name in the ring as well.
Yep. Joe's done.
After his
AJ's done.
contract's over.
It seems like my childhood is slowly falling apart in front of me.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Well, see, I think Brock's going to retire next year, too, because if y'all don't remember, SummerSlam's in Minneapolis next year, which is his hometown.
Yeah.
So why not have him have a final match with somebody? But then
Could you imagine Brock and Samoa Joe going at it
again?
Yeah, I don't think we've ever seen a one-on-one with them, have we? I
Yeah,
think
we
we've seen
have.
a fatal four-way. I don't remember seeing a
Nope.
one-on-one.
It's been a long
Great Balls
time.
of Fire.
Yep,
Was that
it's just been a
one-on-one?
very long time.
Yep. And Joe should have won the title that night. I will
Yep.
stand on business. Joe should have been a WWE champion multiple times over. But
Well, that's where Brock was holding that fucking title hostage anyway.
well, I mean, you had people like AJ Styles over on SmackDown who had the WWE championship. And he had multiple matches and multiple title opportunities against AJ Styles, and they never put the belt on him. Why? I don't fucking know. Is it because he's fat? Is that what it was? WWE? Because it aggravates me. How the fuck do you fumble Samoa Joe?
They found a way to do it.
I don't know. Like, there's so many people that they have fucking fumbled. We need to do an episode on that one day, like our top 5 what the fuck WWE moments and how do you fuck this person up?
We're gonna need a top 10 of that. We're not
Well,
gonna
I
top 5.
I give you number one right off the bat, and that's fucking Dolph Ziggler.
I can't say they fumbled him, man. I think he has a Hall of Fame career as it stands right now. So I can't say they fumbled him. Should he have been used more? Yes. But I can't say they fumbled him because he did his job and he was good at his job. And even he says it, if you go back and listen to that recent Chris Van Vliet interview, he says, yeah, I think I've had a Hall of Fame career. I enjoyed working there. Heck, he said he would come back at any point. He's just enjoying what he's doing in TNA. He doesn't look at himself as a jobber. And, I can't say they misuse Ziggler because he's a former world champion, 2-time world champion, former 6-time Intercontinental champion.
Is he a two-time WWE champion? Because I remember him winning it once.
2-time world heavyweight champion.
Yeah, world heavyweight. Because he had the Money in the Bank contract.
Yeah, the Money in the Bank contract.
He cashed in on Del Rio.
Yeah, he cashed in on Del Rio, and then he beat Edge for his first world championship.
Yep.
No, his first world championship was cashing in that briefcase on
Nope.
Del Rio. I'm almost certain.
Nope. That was his second.
You're 100% on that?
Yep. Get to work, Magic Fingers. This is why we have Magic Fingers here.
Yeah, but going back real quick to where he was talking about it might be good to have Gunther as Cena's last opponent. To me, that wouldn't be a passing of the torch moment because, in a sense, Gunther is, in my opinion, he's a veteran now. I wouldn't think of him as being a passing the torch guy. Somebody like Mello, somebody like Javon. If Javon were to come up to the roster, those are your guys. Those are passing the torches.
Yeah. Like I said, in a way, I don't think it's particularly a passing of the torch moment, but I think it would add heat to Gunther that he's going to need when he comes back. So if we see it, we see it. I'm just going to enjoy the match and cry and probably eat a pint of ice cream while I'm watching it. Because I am a Cena kid. I grew up as a Cena kid, So the December 13th will be a very hard day for 8-year-old me. 22-year-old me will be okay. I'll tear up a little bit and wipe my eyes and continue on. But 8-year-old me, 5-year-old me, he ain't gonna be okay, and I think we all have that person in wrestling that just makes us every time we see him feel like a kid again.
Right.
And for me, that's Cena. So I'm very, very sad that his career is coming to an end, and I hope they do it justice because he's got a damn good career. There's a lot of people that are retiring either this year or next year, and it feels like all those OG TNA between Samoa Joe and AJ Styles are the first 2 names that I think of. Goodness gracious, AJ Styles is retiring. Next year. Gosh,
I just hope Cena's not going to be one of those guys who retire from WWE only to see him on fucking AEW 6 months later.
He said he's done. Once he's done, he's done. You won't see him. You might see him do a promotional thing here and there, but he's done.
Yeah. He is not a Hulk Hogan. When he says he's done, he's done. He's not going to run against WWE. He's been in WWE his whole career. You ain't going to see him pop up nowhere else. He is the definition of a WWE lifer.
Yeah.
So, Magic Fingers, did you find any evidence to
The only one
clarify?
they want to refer to is just the Money in the Bank, so I'm trying to find the second one.
You know what I'm
I'm
talking
telling you,
about, though, right?
I think he's only won it once. I'm telling you, dude.
Okay, no, sorry. So cashing in was his second time with the belt.
So who did he beat the first time?
Edge.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember him. Why do I not remember that?
He beat Edge with the help of Vicky Guerrero, and then it was kind of taken away from him
Yeah, it was on SmackDown.
Yeah.
But he immediately lost it to Edge, making the first title reign less than a day.
Yep.
Well, damn, my bad. I thought he only won it once.
It
And I
was
think,
very, very short.
yeah.
Oh, no.
Well,
So it was awarded to him. He didn't win it.
okay, so technically he's only one time, really.
He's technically had it twice, but it was awarded to him. He lost it the same night to Edge.
Okay, so we're both kind of right since.
Yeah.
Because he won it from Del Rio. Nor I think the reason why they had him cash in when it is because Del Rio had a concussion or something. Or no. That's why I had to give it, lose back is because he was having a concussion or shit.
Yeah.
Let's shift focus because I wanted to mention something that we talked about last night.
Yeah. What's up, bud?
With the main event from last night.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know why Jacob Fatu is not getting his shot.
He's injured, like legitimately.
Well, why are they pushing Drew?
Here,
Because the title reign for Cody Rhodes won't be legitimate unless he is facing someone like Jacob Fatu. His title reign won't mean anything.
Even after that, I don't
he's
think it'll
defending
mean
it for
anything.
Jacob Fatu. But like he's already had a stupid match with McIntyre. And that was a pretty pathetic match.
The worst pay-per-view
wasn't
of the
that
year,
Clash?
WrestlePalooza.
Oh, was that WrestlePalooza?
Yeah. I mean, that whole pay-per-view was just a mess. But here's the thing, guys. Like I love Cody, and I think he's a great wrestler. But even if he was to face Fatu, I don't think his title reign would mean shit. He is the worst modern era WWE champion in history.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you.
It's awful. And I hate to say that because I love the guy. I think he's fantastic.
Well,
but he is like his father. He is better at the chase for the championship than as champion. You go back and look at Dusty. You don't remember Dusty being world champion. You remember the promos that he did when he was going after the world champion. You remember when the Four Horsemen broke his arm when he was going after the championship. That's the stuff you remember. You don't remember what he did when he had the belt. You remember what he did when he was going after the belt. And Cody is the exact same way. Cody is better as the chaser of the championship than as champion. And it's not his fault. It's just something that lives in his blood, I guess. I don't know. But he has had lackluster match after lackluster match with these people that don't deserve world championship title pictures in the first place. And I don't know how to defend it anymore. I wish to God they would get the belt off of him. I hope that it's McIntyre that takes the belt off of him. Somebody that can actually have decent matches.
Well, it would be great to take it from him.
Who would that be?
His brother.
Oh, that's going to be it.
Bro.
Dustin, really?
Yeah.
Have his brother just love that.
You talk about the surprise that we had Friday night of the way the U.S. Open Challenge has been, of the surprise entrance, people making their returns. Imagine if Cody just had the nuts to come out there on a Monday Night Raw and say, hey, Open Challenge for my title. And then of all people, his brother shows up. And it's the old school Gold Dust. that shows up, or his version of American Nightmare, since he had it first.
So my question
No, have him
is,
come out there. Have him come out as the natural.
yeah, have him come out as his AEW persona, and before he retires, I think we'll get that in WWE. I think we'll get top guy Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes, and I think Dustin Rhodes needs to get more credit than what he does because that dude is fucking incredible.
The only other way I can see Cody's title reign actually being something is if he actually turns heel.
Yes,
But he needs to be the heel that he was in AEW.
Yes.
And Ring of Honor.
Yes.
And it feels like Friday night we started to get a little bit of a taste of that.
Yeah.
And I mean a very small taste of that.
Friday we kind of got a little bit of a taste of it. Go ahead, John.
Here's something to think about. So we've been wanting this heel, and I'm kind of with Andrew. I think Cody's reign will be more superb if he were to do a heel turn. Now here's something interesting. So a lot of people are speculating that the attack on Jacob was Orton. What if Cody? What if it was Cody?
I can't see that
saying
making
he's
much
afraid
sense.
of Jacob or something?
Huh?
You saying like he's afraid of Jacob, so he just took him out?
Well, that could be the start of that feud. They find out that Cody did it. He turns heel. You get Jacob back in a couple months, and there you go. But I don't think Jacob's going to be the one to take it off of him.
That's a repeat story of what they did with Jade Cargill and Naomi.
Yep.
I know. Yeah.
And that's just them reusing previous stuff they've already used within the last 6 months.
Yeah. Well, maybe it was Orton then. Maybe it was Orton that did the act. I don't think it was Drew. I don't know. I don't think it was Drew.
They had Drew in the right spots for camera wise to make it seem like it was.
Yeah. Oh no.
So it's going to be an interesting next week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the last episode that you guys saw, which was Thursday, our fantasy WrestleMania cards.
Yeah.
That was really fun to do. I'm still in talks with Nathan to get him.
Holy shit! It's Jeff Jarrett. Sorry.
Oh, you watching the pre-show? Is it on?
Yeah, the pre-show is already going on.
Okay, I'll go ahead and wrap this episode up. Please don't forget, if you guys haven't seen the latest episode, it's right here, like right above, below Andrew, right beside Andrew, and right here, subscribe button should be right here. Hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Hit the follow button if you're on Spotify. Please don't forget to leave a comment. And I'm going to go fix some hamburger and kick back and get ready to watch two men kill each other on live pay-per-view. So we'll see you guys next week.
Amazing in this maroon leather dress. Holy shit.
Jesus. Oh, there you go. There's Magic Fingers doing what Magic Fingers does. But I want to thank Mr. Magic Fingers Andrew for coming on once again. I want to thank John for being here once again and his busy schedule and his busy AEW schedule. So we'll see you guys next week, and hopefully, John, we will see you in the Discord tonight. Hopefully.
Are y'all going to be in there for the whole? Are y'all going to be in there for the whole event?
Yeah, it's usually what we do.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I got like I said, I got to run to the grocery store quick, pick up some ingredients, and then I'll jump in.
All right, my guy.
All right, well, thing starts in 36 minutes, so.
All right.
All right,
you guys have a great rest of your week. Be here next week when we cover Wrestle Dream and the rest of WWE. Thank you guys so much.